guys, Marian here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a topic that I have not discussed before on this channel, and that is anti-Semitism. So I felt like now was the right time, and it has finally come time to bring this topic to my channel. So I hope you guys are interested. I definitely want to chat with you guys in the comments. Hopefully I'll be able to keep them open and we can have a good discussion. So if you like this video and you want to see more kind of serious style content like this, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up to let me know, and hit that red subscribe button. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I make videos about being a mom and being a Jewish mom. This one is a little bit different for me, but one of the things I am passionate about is making sure to discuss things that sometimes might be uncomfortable but will be helpful to others who are in need of this information or to feel a connection, especially right now. So why have I not discussed anti-Semitism before? There's obviously been opportunities, there's been incidents in the past few years that have happened, and here's the reason. So for many Jewish people, they might not admit this or even fully conceptualize and know this, but a lot of their Jewish identity is built on anti-Semitism, and it's so ingrained in them that they need to be Jewish. They need to marry someone Jewish. They need to raise their kids Jewish because of the Holocaust or because of anti-Semitism, that people in our history have tried to take away our right to exist. So it's our job to keep that flame burning, to keep that tradition alive, to pass it along to our children, and to not let the haters and those who wish evil upon us win. So we need to be Jewish to spite them almost. And I hate that. I really don't believe that that's a successful strategy, one, to keep Judaism alive, and two, I don't think it's beneficial to people. One, to be raised with that generational trauma on you, but two, to have your identity built around the fact that others don't like you. So in my channel, in my home, in my life, I rarely talk about anti-Semitism. I also feel that I don't want to give it more life than it needs to have, if that makes sense. Not that anti-Semitism isn't a reality, especially in America, it definitely is, but sometimes something small will happen and every Jewish person will come together and say, this is so tragic and we need to do something about it, and this is so horrible and anti-Semitism is everywhere, when possibly that one time might have just been an isolated incident of someone who just wanted to hate. I'm not saying it's okay in any way, but I'm saying sometimes these incidents are so deeply triggering because the Holocaust is such a recent memory. I mean, we all have grandparents that literally lived or died through it. So I totally get that, but I feel like if Judaism isn't a blessing to you and isn't helping your life, isn't providing joy and meaning, then it's not going to be something that you want to pass along to your children and that you want to think about regularly. So I feel like my channel is just the antithesis of all that, and I try to share what brings me the most joy about Judaism and how it can be a blessing in your life. If you saw my recent video, I wrote a whole book about how Judaism is a blessing during pregnancy, which a lot of people don't know about. It's just amazing to me what we're taught in Hebrew school and Jewish day school about Judaism. I was never taught about pregnancy in Judaism, not because we weren't taught sex ed, but because it was like, nobody thought that that was important. Nobody thought that that would be something that would be critical in our lives. And yet, most of my friends growing up from school have gotten pregnant and had babies, and it's been a huge part of our life, but what's focused on in school is not always that daily spiritual connection to Judaism. So that's why I haven't addressed this topic previously, is because I really want my channel to just be the joy of Judaism. So why am I talking about it now? Over the past 4 years, there's been a steady rise in anti-Semitic incidents, including the most deadly one to ever take place on U.S. soil, which was the Tree of Life synagogue shooting in Pittsburgh. And along with that, there has been this emboldenment of people who are white supremacists, anti-Semitic people, clearly demonstrating how they feel about Jewish people with their t-shirts and things like that. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. Clearly wanting to make it known that they do not like Jewish people, they want to see us die, and every other horrible thing. And what was most triggering about this most recent incident is that it didn't feel like it was a fringe group anymore. It felt like the established leadership was encouraging and allowing them to share this hatred openly, and was even instigating them and telling them that they were loved for doing what they were doing. So I wanted to speak about it now because there's a lot of talk within the Jewish community that currently activists don't include anti-Semitism or think of Jewish people when they think about social justice. I don't know if that's true exactly or not. Obviously, I'm very much clued into the Jewish world, so I'm always seeing anti-Semitic incidents being brought to light and appropriate action being taken. But I think it's important to just be aware for allies out there that you might not realize what some of these symbols mean, and just to know that with the rise of white nationalism and racism, that is especially harmful for Jews as well. Even though many Jews like myself can have white color skin, that we are very much included, unfortunately, in those hate groups and their agendas. What I really take away from these moments is that my Jewish identity is not defined by those who hate me. I am not Jewish to spite anyone. I am Jewish only because it brings joy to my little individual personal life. Anti-Semitism affects me in the sense that I am more cautious than I might otherwise be, and I have bigger worries, and small events can be more triggering. But I also see much hate being given to many others out there. Anyone who falls on the fringe, who looks different, who acts different, I see that we all share in that hatred. And to me, it gives me hope that there's community in that, and that people can come together and unite and fight for social justice and equality. So with that being said, I encourage, if you are Jewish, to consider how anti-Semitism affects you on a personal level and whether some of that can be released. And I invite you to remind yourself of the joy of Judaism and to find it as a blessing in your life, and to not let anti-Semitic incidents define who you are and how you believe about your own faith. And if you're not Jewish and watching this, I invite you to include Jews in your allyship and in your fight for social justice and equality, and to just know how deeply painful it is to see the rise in white supremacy flourish, and to see people boldly expressing sentiments that for us killed millions of our family members. So that's my take on all of it. I just want to add one last thing, which is that I have spoken about these topics a little bit on my Instagram page before, and I often will get comments saying that I'm only focused on right-wing extremists and that there's also left-wing extremists and a lot of anti-Israel on the left, and that that's anti-Semitic too. And I totally get that, and I'm not saying anyone is right in hatred. I think all hate is wrong, obviously. I'm just speaking of the current incidences that are going on. But I do invite you to share your thoughts and for this to be a welcoming community. So with that, I will thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it's explained a bit about why I haven't talked about this topic before and why I'm sharing about it now, why I feel it's important. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.